Welcome, my loves. Welcome, returning and new subscribers. This is your goddess, high priestess, empress, Alana Bandera. Welcome, all. I'll give y'all a few to get the notifications. Don't forget to like the video, wash your hands upon entering. Okay, it is Wednesday. I should have put my hair in 2 ponytails just because. Grand rising, grand rising, grand rising, grand afternoon. Okay. So I pulled one rune, right? And it's the rune of breakthrough and transformation, Daggers 22. And then wow. At the bottom here, we have judgment. And the lovers here stayed on the table. So judgment, lovers, and transformation, breakthrough. Growth, partnership, breakthrough. Breakthrough, growth, partnership. So before I get into the collective message, this is a message for those of you who have been here, first time here, subscribe to the channel, or not subscribe to the channel. If there's anything that I say, okay, and I don't know you, or what you got going on, and you take it to a personal level where you start to create this delusion, I'm going to, this is not even a warning, cut the shit, okay? If stating my name or writing my name and thereafter isn't something that is positive, make sure that is the last time you do that. And that is for anyone in general. Okay? Because all you're doing is you're bringing back whatever it is that you're dishing out back to yourself. And me being who I am and knowing who I am, that ain't what you want to do over here, beloved. Especially if you're going to be using tools such as tarot cards. See, one of the main reasons why I'm here is to be the eyes of source in the way it's being used. See, if you're going to be a spiritual guide or a spiritual teacher, there is no reason for you to be watching another reading and basing your messages off of that reading in terms of you feeling like it got something to do with you, on top of that reader not knowing you. And I don't even have to mention this, but from the kindness and unconditional love from my heart, I'm here to tell you, cut the shit. Okay? Because at this point, I've asked Source, show me what and where it is, and do as you may where it comes from. So be very mindful. If you're going to be using these tools in a way to create the fear mongering, now some may feel like that's what I may be. No, I'm a spiritual warrior, a legit spiritual warrior. This is what I'm here to do. But I'm speaking to those of you who aren't spiritual warriors and sitting here playing like you are. You better be careful, because enough been enough. Let's move forward now. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of Mama Universe and Papa Universe. I connect my heart and soul to the heart and soul of my angels, spirit guides, ancestors, ascended masters, warriors, protectors that guide and protect me and flow through me as me, including the gods and goddesses for you and I collected to use our mind's eye to see, always in connection to the Most High. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. If you're going to use that type of energy, use it towards these beings that are out here oppressing people mentally on a global level. Okay? So here we have breakthrough, partnership, and growth. Let's see why this is coming out for you all for the info coming in. Because I also, I'll mention if there's something that comes through about it. I'll mention if there's something that comes through about it. It's similar to this energy of the rabbit, what I'm speaking of right now, what I've just mentioned. But let's see here. The shark and the dolphin. Seems like there's a differentiation here of what is and what isn't. 6:23 on the clock. It's the energy here for the collective info coming in. The dragonfly. Dragonfly, master of illusion. So immediately what's coming through is the ability to maneuver through your dream state. This is where the transformation and breakthrough is coming in. Okay. And through these dream states, you're noticing certain partnerships or energies that have no business moving the way that they move. But for you, it's also a lesson to see where you have grown when it comes to your vitality, your persona, your temperament. You know what I mean? It also speaks of new beginnings. This came out in reverse. Ooh, okay. A master of illusions being out of touch, however, with ancient wisdom. Again, this has to do with realizing who it is within the spiritual community, okay, who really ain't about that life, unfortunately. And just with that coming out, the vision, dream that I had last night, fucking shit up. When I mean fucking shit up, it was more so like the effect to a cause. But once I got done, all I could do was ask Source for forgiveness, and Source was like, for what? I sent you to do just that. Okay. So, some of you, I'm also getting, this has to do with the conversation that you have where you express yourself and you let it be known. But this may not be something you're used to doing. You know what I mean? Part of it because you know how your energy is and how the power what power you have when it comes to your words. And on the other end is more so this is not something you're used to doing and you're realizing as to why people move a certain way because of the power of your words. See what I'm saying? So let me get some the hawk. Which speaks of having a strong connection with the spiritual realm and speaking through psychic visions. If you're not going to do this spiritual work for a higher purpose, put those cards down and do the inner work immediately. Okay? And for those of you who watch tarot, be mindful of the messages that you're listening to and what you're taking in. You connect with me, you connect with me. So we here. We here. But let's get some tarot cards on this here. Matter of fact, let me go to the angels and angels and ancestors. What is your message for the wonderful collective? Because I've been seeing a lot in the dream state with people getting beside themselves and now receiving confirmation in the physical. So let's see. Angels and ancestors, what message you have here? Stand your ground and be the light. I love to see that. Oh, 11:11. And it literally paused in a way for me to see that it was 11:11 as this is coming out. Ashe. Stand your ground, but be the light. Which means, let's say you encounter something that makes you uncomfortable. Be patient in the process. Be patient in the process, so much so you're able to observe everything that's going on, including what you're doing within the situation. That's wild. 1424, 424. Look at that shit. Which in Gematria is connected to the angel of death. Let me tell you something. That call that just came in was a scam likely call, and it was all zeros. Okay. We're now in the 7 year, so it's basically like a reset, but you'll start to see 1212, some of you, more often, speaking of your ascension, in terms of you standing your ground, okay, and being the light in the process, because you have done enough, not so much enough, but you've done the work so far when it comes to the darkness you've had to encounter. It's like if you're being asked at this moment to step out of hermit mode for just a bit, just to see what your world looks like based off what you have been able to really put in its place when it comes to the depths of you, and have a clearer understanding. So clearer understanding, physically speaking, would be the activation of your solar plexus, sacral, and root chakra working in alignment together. Okay? So that way that energy now begins to rise to the heart chakra. And this is what I mean, 1313. This is what I mean about this spiritual community and the competition that happens. If you one of them, cut the shit. Okay? Cut it. You're here to help people think differently about these tools. Granted, there are certain moments where, you use your experience, and that's what also helps with relaying the message, because it's something you have experienced. Greetings, intuitive goddess. Welcome, Fatima, Empress, Jenny, everybody. This is something you've experienced, so you're able to express it. It's basically like, I was talking to my mom about this. It's amazing how one can create a particular vision or illusion or delusion. You can watch a show, right? Like some type of sci-fi show, and be like, that's not real. But then you also have the notion of seeing is believing, right? Because whatever you're looking at within that strain, 1444, isn't happening to you, you're saying it's not real. But that is not entirely the case, because you're actually seeing it. So therefore it is real. This is where humanity complicates life. Just because you're seeing something that didn't happen to you doesn't mean it's not real. If you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. Let's see what else angels and ancestors are saying here. Yeah, be the light, especially when it comes to your placements in your chart that has to do with Sagittarius, because the owl is Sagittarius. You can see things in the dark that most can't see. And you have the gift of discernment. Mother Earth protects and guides you. Feel love and comforted. Stand your ground. Be the light. And be graceful in movement and action with the grasshopper. And the grasshopper just moves in one direction, and that's forward. Some of you may have been born during the year of the dragon. Welcome, family. Earth dragon over here. But this dragon here it also represents the North Node and the South Node, and you're being asked to move gracefully in your movements and actions when it comes to the abilities you've had in the past life and what you can use from the past life in this life. And some of it has to do with certain energies that your body can sense, your spirit and your soul can sense. And in that moment is when it starts to show itself in your reality for it to be handled rather than dealt with. That was 229. Hold up, let me see something. 1429 is also significant in terms of a past life. Yeah. Father of one of David's mighty men, Ezbai, my humblings. Let me see what this is speaking of metaphysically. Shining, beautiful, hyssop-like, fragrant. And then speaking of angel of death, that it was hyssop that was used to brush blood over the doors, so that way the angel of death wouldn't take the firstborn. So 424. Give me a second. The light of truth as shining into individual consciousness graciously, and that's literally confirming that hawk was a confirmation. That's 4. That's the emperor. Could be a life path 4 or 22, and 22 is this here room speaking of a breakthrough. So and being the light through these moments of darkness, because this is quite the dark period. It is the winter solstice. You know what I'm saying? The only energy that's present at this time astrologically would be Jupiter and Aries in terms of the light, in terms of fire. But going back to 229, the message from that hawk for confirmation here, the light of truth as shining into individual consciousness graciously, beautiful, and with fragrance, hyssop-like, ever aspiring to higher and better things. Anything great connected with the sense of smelling beseeks aspirations. Give me 1 second because it's reminding me of the smell of gardenia and leather we had yesterday. That's also the whale's energy though. Wow. Suddenly somebody opens up this leather satchel and comes out the fragrance of heaven. Wow. Okay. So what's happening is going back to the message that we concluded with last night. Remember when I said angel? The avenging angels are surrounding the higher vibrational beings, which is why This is why I'm saying people got to be mindful as to the way you feel when you hear a message when somebody don't even know you. Put those cards down and actually start from the beginning. You might need to go seek some serious professional help on some real shit because mentally not there. And cards ain't something you want to be using. You feel me? So the way that dream came through last night and the confirmation I received upon rising, I said, okay. And this is also why I always tell you, especially if you're also readers, there's very few people you're going to be able to connect with, one on one. It would be nice to, but everybody is not at that vibration where you can hear someone else's message and not feel like it's about you because of a conversation that was had. You know what I'm saying? And it's more so when you speak of a sisterhood and a brotherhood, it ain't just saying that. Like you have to truly know yourself. And you can tell within the conversation that you're having with people where you stand. You feel me? Because me, I'm one person, I will celebrate the fuck out of you. You know what I'm saying? But the moment you start to do that other shit, where you get beside yourself, because the way I see my journey, and you can use this as inspiration, I don't see no one above me or below me in terms of humanity. Who am I competing with? For what? You're you, I'm me. Let's do that. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what else the angels and ancestors have to look at this one. It's the fourth. Shit already getting exposed. That's what the spiritual year is about. I read this quote that said, I only compare me to my high self. I was like, that part heard you. Listen, the high priest says here, and pointing towards the other cards. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. The mother and the maiden. We're in the season of the crone, but we have the mother and the maiden here. And it's asking you to stand your ground. The high priest, the divine masculine, the God energy within you is telling you to stand your ground. Okay. That's amazing because I pulled runes earlier. What's this that stayed on the table? Basking joy and light and the raven. Shout out to Wednesday. It's part of the Raven bloodline. Now, let's see. What was it? The watch. No, 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 no. 243, Peak of Mountains, which speaks of spiritual exaltation and realization of strength that is spiritual. There's no limit to the strength. Once you start to build up this spiritual strength, this is when you start to really see the truth in all things around you. But to the extent where you have been given a position as a judge, okay, because you carry this strength, and with this type of strength, it called for great resistance, great challenges. Okay, let's see here. 7, patience and planning. Okay, look, 2 pillars. And that message of 243 speaks of peak of mountains, and it said 2. that immediately when I saw this earlier, it made me think of this yesterday. When we pulled this yesterday, and I was like, there's 4 pillars, but 2 are missing. 238. Let's see. It was 238. Esa nena que yo quiero, porque yo la quiero. Quiero que esa nena. 238 says to hear, listen. To hear or listen to prayers of God. To expand. Okay. The book of Judges is here. Hear, O kings, give ear, O rulers. To the Lord I will sing praise to the Lord, the God of Israel. Let's see here. The song of Deborah and Barak. The earth quaked, the heavens also dripped, even the clouds dripped water. The mountains quaked at the presence of the Lord. The fact that this shit says mountains, and this is not even the number that I was speaking of, because that was 243. We're looking at 238. New gods were chosen. Then war was in the gates. Not a shield or spear was seen among 40,000. Krishna, Thor, Essence, Artemisia, Higher Self, Tinder, Mark of God is 238. The Flash, Marie Magdalene, Orisha. On High Alert, 909. Ascension. To come. I am Isis. Welcome, love. Let's get it exposed. Real shit. That's one thing about me. I'm sick of people using cards and this to wise one. I put the cards back and I picked them up and look who's here, the crone. We saw the owl and the raven already. We are in Saturn hour. Shit. Now we just entered Saturn hour not too long ago, as a matter of fact, at 2:22. It is the 10th hour of the day. As far as where I am located, the moon right now, let me hold up. And you know what's the way to handle people that misuse this? Send them the energy to gain clarity. Once you do that, and it flips around in a different way where they still doing the fuckery, your ancient spirit and soul will handle it within the dream state. Now, the other way is the person will handle themselves. Depending on the level that they're taking it, it'll either be handled by your highest ancient self in the dream state, or they will handle themselves. Hopefully they handle themselves. So it's like if you're gonna be an op, at least be smart about it. Like, at least be a smart fucking op. Like what you doing? A bull stung by a scorpion. The moon right now is in Gemini 20 degrees. It speaks of the elaborate ritual of putting yourself through life or death crisis to determine what you are made of and how far you are willing to go in this life. Choosing from expanded faculties the optimal situations to enact this battle royale. Selecting what is karmically familiar, variations on old themes involving bondage and freedom. When you are trapped, caught, stuck, a furious inner force asserts itself and can reconfigure everything. I just said this shit. I know that somebody don't know the name of it. And I have to hear the words to actually kind of like, anyway. It says, but it is a high stakes ritual, drama, and loaded with real dangers. You must check yourself out in ultimate ways, for there is a surging in your blood and impulse toward liberation, which cannot be distorted in any way. An extraordinary journey through radical tests and trails of an initiatory intensity. It is all about guts and stripping away everything but the true inner direction. And if you must slay and move through illusions on every front, that is just how it is. You cannot survive any longer on old ways to do it. It is time to welcome the enemy into your very midst and discover that there are no enemies. And I just smelled smoke, like burning paper, as I'm reading that. The wise one. Grow within the current situation. You know what I'm also feeling? Look at that. Animal guardians at the bottom of the deck. Trust your instincts. 3320 on the timer. Ascended master, a great teacher of great judgment. What I'm also feeling, it's like there's some of you who get what I speak of, and you're on your journey to discover so much about yourself. But others of you that get beside yourself, make sure as soon as you hear this, it is 2:46, 14:46 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, January 4th, 2023. Unsubscribe from this channel. Unfollow me on Instagram. Do it. And go get yourself some professional help. Okay? Exactly. Something always says, I have no enemies. I have people who have a problem with themselves. They want to project. That's not an enemy. That's a clown. Real shit. As far as human design is concerned, I'm a projector. So whatever you sit here thinking you want to project over here, I'm only going to show it back to you. That's for those of you who do the work on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's going to be times where you want, metaphorically speaking, take somebody's head off their shoulders, but they're going to take it off themselves if they don't shape up. Let's continue. Mind you, when I had that dream last night, I woke up like around 2 or 3. And then I went back to bed. So it's like if somebody wanted to infiltrate into my dream state, you're in a void now because I wasn't even there. See how that worked out? Now you have become an instant sacrifice to get yourself up on out of there. People like to use this and look a certain way. All right, now, when it comes to me and my tribe, nah. Take that shit over somebody else's shit. Not even that. I don't even want you to do that because for what? That's how I knew something was the snake shadowed skin. Let's see what's at the bottom. Again, stand your ground. Yes, shuffling. Love and let yourself be loved once again. Love keeps coming out in the midst of all of this because it said be the light. So we're going to do that. All right. Let's switch gears. Let's switch gears because it did speak about breakthrough, partnership, and growth. All right. I'm only reflecting what some of you may experience or have experienced and the energy that you use to maneuver through it. Okay. Let's see here. I just got excited. What's the excitement about just now? What was that? Wow, I just saw the elders move beyond ancestral patterns. That's what's happening. Okay. Staying rooted and grounded, the earth guardian. Come on now. 251. Hold on, let me see. Brother of same parents, half brother, same father, relative, kinship, each to the other, resemblance. Earth guardian is a brother. Ashe. Now, hold up. I have to see something. That would be Ogun's energy from what I'm picking up on. 251. Basketball, past, oak tree, eternal. We have the name Catherine here. God of mankind, maroon. We have the chariot, which is Cancerian energy. Alonzo, Goonies, repeat, speaker, a goddess. green tie. Sabrina Gial. I, God, am a defender. Aphrodita. All is good. All is well. Sri Lanka. Elf on the shelf. Wise one and protection guardian. You shit. Okay. See, this is what I'm saying because this is Archangel Michael right here. This is what I mean about you have these avenging angels that are protecting heaven for those of you that are bringing heaven on earth. Message. So true. So true to grow through this breakthrough as you align with partnerships of higher levels of commitment. Again, with love and let yourself be. That's where we was going. She was like, excuse me. Okay, I'm going. I'm going to the little cards. Was at the bottom. The seer. Shout out to the fellow projectors. That is the human design of the seer. And then we have showing up here. You are not alone. Hermit. Virgo could be significant. Let's see. Talk to us about love to grow through these breakthroughs into higher levels of partnership. What's the message for the collective? What do you want them to know? What do you want them to know? The Empress is peeping out here too. With the eagle behind her. Eagle eye. We have free yourself. I get whatever is your vision, continue to follow that. But free yourself. It is safe for you to love. It's time to take back control of your life. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all, love. Fitness, fashion, fitness, fashion. Just got FIT, could be significant. Love yourself first. It is safe for you to love yourself first. Free yourself. It is safe for you to love yourself first. Have a heart-to-heart conversation. Wow, this will lead to a wedding because the situation already involves it. Finances and career. So financial issues are affecting your love life right now, or this thought of that could be coming around, especially if you're a Sagittarius rising, because you got Mercury going to your second house of finances and values. Now, I'm also getting where, let's say you are in a partnership and you take care of what you got to take care of, but you're also being asked to do something for yourself that makes you feel beautiful, handsome. You know what I mean? It seems like someone is here is all about work, and it's putting a strain on your partnership. Yeah, it's time to play. It's time to enjoy life. For some of you, you're already doing that, and this is why you're noticing these random things happening or popping through that are not in alignment to that high vibration. Religious factors, other spiritual entities. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So stay focused on your journey because there could be a change in your perception that could take you to creating this idea that it's unrequited love. For some of you, that's what it is too. Free yourself from a partnership where you want to marry the masculine and feminine within yourself. It's safe for you to love yourself first, because your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Because there's some certain situation for some of you that there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. And as I'm reading that, I'm seeing the Ten of Wands. Let's see what else we get. 4555. The world. There's an opening happening. The number 14, K14. The power to create your reality. Back again with transformation here. A breakthrough. What is this breakthrough? Like, where is this? Wait, what is going on here? You made intelligent moves in the past. For wherever this resonates, we'll look more into it in just a bit here. But you've made intelligent moves in the past. Now it's time for you to be wise. 46 on the timer. What is this? Ooh. This could be a move that you're making that you're being asked to keep silent about it until it's fully in motion. Yeah, set boundaries. This could be in business matters also. Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles. You're moving towards your independence, but like a child, you want to protect it. You want to allow your security guards, which are your angels, to provide you with that protection. So it's like surrendering something, but fully surrendering, so that way the assistance can come in. So this is like asking, how do you do something? Asking Source, how do you do something, and giving it over to Source. And going back to, once you do that, you then go towards what you have control over to make something work. That doesn't mean you thinking that you know, because anytime you say how, I relate how to Source, where there are things that occur that you cannot explain. And I feel like there's something here that you'll be doing where you'll be able to do it, but you won't be able to explain how. And you have to be mindful to not over explain yourself to certain people, because something about that puts you in a space where you lock yourself in or start to have self-sabotaging thoughts because it may not be real to them. Going back to the example I made at the beginning here, where just because it's not happening to you doesn't mean it's not real or happening in your life. You know, you're watching a TV show because it's a TV show, and it may have a lot of sci-fi things going on that it may not be real because it's not something that is happening to you. It may not be happening to you, but you can see it, right? I'll say seeing is believing or knowing. You're seeing it. So it's part of your reality. It's a real thing. You really get to the bottom of it. You know what I mean? Ace of Swords. And it literally came from right here, too. It's like drawing back your sword because you have mental clarity. Draw back your sword, you have mental clarity. Something here is being revealed. This could be about a page, a person that's a page energy but wants to play God. Until they realize that you're the actual high priest, high priestess that they're supposed to go to receive their keys to even elevate to that point. Hmm. Well, split the deck and the Ace of Cups is here in reverse. And the Ace of Pentacles. That's some shit. It's back to back. Telling you. Some of you are in a position, a very high position, where you have to start setting boundaries for real, for real. Start setting boundaries. Whoever, gets in their feelings about it, that's theirs. They can handle that. You gotta do what you gotta do though. Okay. Mm-hmm. Four of Pentacles focused on a legacy here. Where you're going next to clear up this clouded judgment. Okay. Has to do with your legacy. 303, Ashe, marking the message received. Mm-hmm. Three of Cups. I'm getting, there's something here you'll be celebrating soon. But until then, Ace of Swords is the bend position. Keep it to yourself. Four of Pentacles. Keep it to yourself. This got something to do with your work. Some of you about to make a bold move in matters of work. The only one you need to seek validation from is yourself. 5151 on the timer. Even if it's not work, this could just be about your purpose. You're at a point where you know what you have to do. Do what you do. Do what you do. Be wise in action as well. So 5151. Speaks of comfort, it says. So this is about the balance where you now have the head, the dragon's head and the tail cooperating. Let me see what this is speaking of. Nineveh, with Egypt and the Ethiopians as helpers of Nineveh. Let me see. Nahum means comfort or consolation. Refers to an inner conviction of the abiding compassion and restoring power of being. When one enters this state of consciousness, a healing virtue pours out of the soul and transforms all discord to harmony. In this great soul compassion and yearning to help humanity out of its evers that makes the so-called natural healer. In man's body consciousness, Capernaum, which is also a village of consolation, is located in the abdominal region. Sacral. Sacral solar plexus. Capernaum also means covering of repentance. Thus, it indicates a cleansing of the mind, both conscious and subconscious. In this repentant attitude, the individual is ready to change his mind. Collective, are you ready to shift? Such a being has lived in the outer realms of consciousness where materiality reigns, but now he has come to realize that there's another realm where he becomes acquainted with spiritual truth. This is entering the synagogue. You are the temple. It also represents sympathy, which has been exalted to heaven, but shall be brought down to hell or Hades, the abode of the dead. That is the sympathy that pours its thought substance out to error shall be brought down to hell. The sympathy that pours its thought substance out to error shall be brought down to hell. That sympathy helps the sick along in their delusions by sympathizing with them. It mourns over the dead and adds the burden of death thought to death. It joins those who grieve, and grief wears its weeds of sorrow in every home, and every heart slows its beat to meet the measure of the mournful thought. Yet the praises of the sympathetic tear are sung by poets, orators eulogize it, and preachers enjoin it. Thus it is exalted unto heaven, but when truth is revealed by her works and casts out the demons of sickness and raises the dead, then false sympathy is brought down to Hades. It was just 55 on the timer. I need to pause for that one because I need a moment of silence on that. Where did that come from? What number was that? 5151. Not 1155, not 1515, 5151, because the way I'm searching for it, those numbers are going to mean something different. But if you're seeing 5151, you could be surrounded by something that's testing you, pass the test, and realize who you are, not allowing anything to rob you from your joy and abundance because the energy doesn't know themselves. And as I'm saying this, I kid you not, I feel a load that's being released. This could just be energies that your bloodline is connected to in a form of distraction. But now that you have these tools and information at your fingertips and using it wisely, you're able to use your power for a greater purpose and connection to source. And back again, it says here, there is a cleansing of the mind, both conscious and subconscious, that's connected to the heart. In this repentant attitude, the individual is ready to change their mind. Such a being has lived in the outer realms of consciousness where material reigns, but now has come to realize that there's another realm where one becomes acquainted with spiritual truth. That's what a true healer is. That's what a true spiritual leader is. You know? And also the difference between a spiritual warrior and somebody that's just running their fucking mouth. Let's get another spiritual. Can y'all hear the music in the background? Earth at perihelion day. Let me see something. The plane in the orbit of a planet, asteroid, or comet at which it is closest to the sun. This was at 11:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Earth is closest to the sun. Which occurs usually 2 weeks after the December solstice. Some of you may have felt that energy as well. Gotta get more on this here. It provokes strong feelings and excitement, as well as anxiety and anticipation. A sense of distorted reality is perceptible. It feels like a Mercury Kazemi. It's a great time to set intentions. It's a highly creative and productive time. Be more in connection with the spirit or soul, spirit and soul, and not so much the material or physical things. I could tell her had good. That's what he just said too. Wow. It's very quiet. Oh, okay. Thank you. It's all right. It is definitely 64 degrees right now out here. Let's see. We got within the next 2 months. Empress to Goddess. You've been here for eons. You're connected to the Great Mother. It's time for you to clear out the foundation of all beliefs and re-energize your soul in accordance to a heart as light as a feather. Constantly get that here the last few days. What's this in the next 2 months, though? What's occurring here in the next 2 months? What's happening in the next 2 months? The reward for no longer blaming others for your lack of success in all areas of life. A gift comes. But not letting that go comes with something you have to pay. As I say that, you got divinely protected and not to be messed with. You're being prepared for when the nodes go into Aries and Libra through the shadow work that you've been doing, waking up your soul to rise with the frequency of the planet, bringing you closer and closer to soul attractions. When did I see 203? It was today, but something happened. So there was a thought that came across and I saw 203. And 203 for me signifies where you have initiated yourself, okay? Now it's time for you to make moments of gratitude a priority and be patient with yourself along the journey. Then you got Mercury. 203, followed by Mercury. The brain instructs the rest of the body in your thoughts. So that which was wounded, that which has wounded you, also has great potential to heal you. Chiron, get familiar with the area of your life that Chiron is in so you can get a clearer understanding as to where this energy is that you have to let go of, where you may blame others, but not realizing that this is a much deeper conversation you have to have with yourself. So you can realize it had to unfold this way so you can connect to higher love, a sense of freedom to break toxic patterns. Then we got Proverbs 29:18, where there is no vision, no redemptive revelation of God, the people perish. But he who keeps the law, abundant is deep. Let me look up, let me see. That was a siren, 318. 318. And I was about to look up 29:18, which is 218. So between February 18th and March 18th, you want to make sure you stay in alignment with your vision, okay? Let me see. Let's go 318. That's when the siren came in. The end, outcome. At last, love has come along, beloved. 29:18 speaks of the tent camp, encampment, battlement. Let's see. A wall, habitation, a castle, a palace, but I'm getting there, fortress. Huh. So this is really strengthening yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, in order for you to, embark on this new part of life that you are giving yourself for the shadow work you've done. And then we got the black horse, but it came out in reverse, which speaks of holding a pair of scales. Let's see. You're the warrior on the path of the jaguar. Spiritual leader. Yeah, anything that's not in balance, you're the judge of. 320. Get more familiar with your human design. Today, even if you are familiar with it, today will be a good day to dive into it. Especially when it comes to your Mercury, Saturn placements, and your North Node placements. If you've had a reading with me, this would be where you would look into the gates. Divine guidance surrounds you now for clarity on the karmic lesson regarding the divine masculine going from the king to the emperor. But you got empress to the goddess. The rooftop has to be secure in order for it to be called a home. The incubator, habitation. Let the vibe seduce you, not the words. The universe is asking you to respond. So for some of you, there could be someone coming along where you want to let the vibe seduce you, not so much their words. Because through the vibration, you'll be able to sense their true intent and also gain clarity as to what you attract, that this is also something that's within you. So there could definitely be the reward from a karmic lesson where you're realizing where you have a tendency to reject yourself. And this is also where you're rejected in the outside world by something or someone or an opportunity. I just heard it's time. The single card came out in reverse. That is wild. And for those of you who are partnered up, is going to a higher level of commitment, it's time. What's at the bottom here? Respond, the universe is nudging. Wow. Your experience has reminded you of who and all that you are. To settle is to stop learning. That's beautiful. It says pull 1 to 3 oracle cards. All right. Greetings, love. Let's do this. Pull 1 to 3 oracle cards. Let me see. I know we can go. What's that? Surrender. Deliver all that is out of your control to the Most High. Be ready to shift. Source is on one today. Source is on one today. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Let's see. We got that right here. Okay. Said it's time. 1:11:40 on the timer. There go the sacral. Align with the spiritual truth. Take action based on the spiritual truth you now have. High Priestess number 2. Literally that message we just read not too long ago. We got the universe and the solar plexus. In that order, 2, 21. 21 is 3, and the next card is a 3. So it's like you're shown a puzzle piece. You experience it through your actions. You're given the bigger picture. And then this could be that up and down wave that you feel like you can go through as well. Look at that. And that sounded like a ship. The horn of a ship. Okay, 325. Car horn. Okay. 325. I will be silent and poor. Yeah, who the fuck's with you? Absolutely right. Let me see. Because Source ain't playing. Source gonna shut that right up. 325. Stolen, but it's showing up stolen. Yeah, anyone who wants to rob you from your joy, your abundance, or block you, or talk shit, or run their mouth, they gonna have to take that back. Meaning, take that back in terms of experiencing the energy that they put out towards you, because it's time for you to live your best life. Tornado, or Yah, the mother of change. Today is Wednesday, and the next thing after that is actual. Actually, then we have Rune showing up. Okay. The lead dragon. Come on now. What's the rune here? What's the rune message? What's that? 8 of Wands. It's the 8 of Wands with the lovers at the bottom of the deck. That's communication coming in. You hear me? You're on a journey of partnership right now during this retrograde season. RX. RG could be significant. And it says 202. February 2nd could be significant as well, between the 2nd of February and the 24th. So let me see what 202 is. Vigor, generative power, wealth, physical strength. I mean, hello? Psst, listen, my heart chakra feeling on right now. say? Goose. And the goose represents, what was that again? Breaking free of family restraints and conditioning. Y'all with the shits today, huh? Brazil could be significant. There, Brazil, books, hidden meaning. Barcelona, King Cobra. Let's see. Name wise, you have Mariana, Samara, Romana, Annalisa, Trisha, Solana, Bonita, which means pretty, Black Pearl, Black Madonna, Chaos Magic, Book of Eli. Hey, okay, let me go back over here. What it said, speaking of, we got 21, 23. That previous number we got Nahum, which means comfort or consolation, right? And it speaks of the Capernaum, which is village of consolation, shelter of comfort, covering of compassion. And the Capernaum refers to an inner conviction of the abiding compassion and restoring power of being. When one enters this state of consciousness, a healing virtue pours out of the soul and transforms all discord to harmony. It is this great soul compassion and yearning to help humanity out of its errors that makes the so called natural healer. In man's body, consciousness, Capernaum or consciousness constellation is located in the abdominal region. In man's body, consciousness of comfort, consciousness comfort is located in the abdominal region, which you have here. So this is a direct message from source, the universe here. Once you align with that comfort, you'll literally be connecting to the number message here, 202, your abilities and power, and gaining great success and wealth from it. Chaos man, they just spoke on that shit. They better not fuck with the sister, you feel me? You hear me? Shoot. Listen. Mercury retrograde is putting you on the path of divine love. Wherever your heart feels that is. And if it's not where you're supposed to be, this is why it's taking longer than it should. A new start is coming. As I just looked at the whispers of love, let's see. Let's see what the message of your divine counterpart, higher self, has to say here too. Yeah. Miracles and blessings, team. Everything has its a new start is coming from those listening, from those moments. With true love at the bottom of the deck. Number 30. This month is once in a lifetime. And going back to free yourself with the unicorn. You see the two here? It's 333 right now. You see it? It's the highest evolution of the goat. Free yourself so you can connect with your world. Free yourself from unrequited love in all areas. You are limitless. You are limitless. And there's another unicorn. The unicorn speaks of reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. It is difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. I mean, we go and conclude this message here. We just start with speaking of what's real. It's in your reality. It's already existing. You know I'm real because you see me, right? But there are things in your spiritual realm that are also very real. And some of you, most of you who are here resonating with this message is because you have connected to the reality of your spiritual. And this is why you're receiving answers 12233 on the timer that allows you to build from the visions that you've had with mastery. You had a dream of a unicorn. It's difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did they ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago? The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. This very contemplation explains our relationship with divinity and encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is. We wonder where our intention comes from and if we can really trust it. We think about a higher power and our mind hesitates between yes, no, maybe. Is it male or female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? The unicorn. Okay, that's the Merkaba, Chariot of Ascension. Your unicorn card appears and wakes us up to curiosity about the higher self and the divine. It is a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the inexplicable. The mind's eye knows there is something beyond our day to day lives, a deeper dimension to our experiences. The mind's eye reaches and reaches and reaches out to grasp. Yeah, the 202. The mind's eye reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are the unicorn, and you have begun your quest for the answers. That's why you're here. The unicorn in the sixth chakra. It's no surprise that the subtle essence of the unicorn card resides at the third eye, the exact place from which the unicorn's horn extends. This center is called the Ajna chakra, 337, or command center. The ancient yogis believed it to be responsible for our intellect, intuition, and deepest wisdom. Some say our two eyes see the past, present, while the third eye peers into the future. Gonna check 337. Master Chief. Master Chief. Costa Rica could be significant. Cherubim. So you have options. You could bring heaven on earth. You can bring hell on earth. But you know your power. You know what I'm saying? You bring hell to people who on here on earth doing the complete opposite instead of bringing heaven on earth. And we have generation. Don't know why. I mean, whatever. You can see 337. I feel like if you look at it, you'll see why. I was like, oh, whatever. Because I ain't got the time. Necromancer. Huh. The gift to speak with those in the underworld. God of this age. Don't drink. At least not today. Okay. Santa Clara. Wow. End of Satan. Left foot. That's Pisces. But the left foot is connected to the right side of the brain, intuition. Let me see 337. Let me see. Let me see 337 then. Okay. Espérate. Ah. For either of them falls, the one will lift up his companion, but woe to the one who falls when there is not another to lift him up. None. Ecclesiastes 4:10. The evils of oppression. I'm telling you, January is going ham right now. Y'all wait till we get to 111. and 115, because that would be 777. Let me give y'all one more. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. It's another thing that was coming to mind. Top shots are you are the top shots. Biggs. Mr. and Mrs. Big. The Beaver. Who's the Beaver? The Beaver, Taurus energy, April 21st to May 20th. I open it to the Raccoon, which speaks of generous partnerships, exceptional artists. But let's go to the Beaver. Let's go to the Beaver, 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 Beaver. Hard worker, smart worker, respectful, loyal, tireless, family first. The Beaver personality is welcomed at sight. These great-natured and dependable creatures have infinite love and enthusiasm for family and express it by way of the earth element, providing a home, financial stability. Although a beaver doesn't usually initiate a project, once started, they work steadily for weeks, months, or years to see it through. The beaver card appears when the task at hand requires your long term steady effort. It can also signify that it's time for some karma yoga, selfless service. This is like coming out of hermit mode. And you're in a space of happiness, doing meaningful work. To bring it more into balance, it could be some type of physical labor you may want to do. That could be exercising, dancing, yoga, teaching a class. When out of balance, you may feel useless or worn out. And if that's you, just get some rest. Get some rest and then get back to whatever physical work you have to do. I love y'all so much. Don't let nobody take you off your path, distract you with their pettiness. You know what I'm saying? Like, be a vibe over here. You feel me? We are a vibe over here. We vibing. I might be back later. More than likely. See you soon.